Welcome. I have an ambitious plan for today. I'm going to show you what inspired me. No. Okay, this, you see it? Found it on Pinterest. It's a cauliflower, chili, lime, coriander wrap. I thought it looked delicious, and I found the website, plantbasedrdblog.com, which not only lays the recipe out in beautiful clarity, but Catherine, whose website it is, registered dietitian and plant-based eater, she lists all of the substitutes that you can make if you don't have all the ingredients, and also gives all these helpful tips. For example, for the red onion, put the slices in cold water for 10 minutes, which will mellow the onion out, make it less astringent. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Be back in a second. While my onions are having their little soak, I'm going to prepare the pickling sauce for quick pickled onions. First thing I need is a clove of garlic, grated, zest and juice of half a lime. That's another tip that Catherine gives, is when you're choosing limes, choose the ones with thin skins, because the ones with thick skins tend to be drier. Never knew that. Makes sense. I've already had limes, so I'll just use what I have. For fuck's sake, Gus. Recipe asks for 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar. I don't have red wine, but I have white wine, so I'm just going to substitute with that. Catherine says it's okay at a pinch. And then a 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro, coriander. I say coriander. Maybe you say cilantro. Needs to be minced. I can say cilantro too. Final ingredient is kosher salt. I don't have kosher salt. I have Himalayan. And I did learn about all the salts and their different qualities, which I've now forgotten. Must go back to that. There we go. Oh my God. Oh, that smells so good. I'm going to strain my onions and then put them in that. Oh, for fuck's sake, Gus. There's also optional maple syrup that I'm not going to use. Nothing against maple syrup. It's full of good minerals, but I just don't want it. So I'm leaving it at this and putting it in the fridge while I get on with the next step. Chickpeas. These are the black ones that I cooked the other day. Forgot to cook these ones in my veg stock. Never mind. Oh, they still taste really good. They need to be tossed in some olive oil and salt and roasted. Feeling a bit ragey today. I won't go into why. I'll just let it fuel my endeavors. Not putting it into the food. These go into the oven for 20 minutes. I love roasted chickpeas. Next thing I do is prepare the cauliflower. This is a little bit like yesterday's beetroot. It's a bit soft, definitely needs to be eaten. I bought this a few days ago with the intention of making this dish that I'm making now, but I'm only now getting around to it. So not ideal that the veg isn't totally fresh and crisp, but such is life. Another really helpful tip that Catherine gives us is to, well, first of all, you cut the cauliflower into little 1-inch florets. But her tip is that you put it on the pan, cut side down. I didn't know that, but apparently it helps with the searing and it helps to caramelize the cauliflower. Cauliflower happens to be my favorite vegetable, at least now. It has been for a while. So any tips on how to maximize the cooking are very welcome here. I imagine this would be delicious in a wrap of some description, but I don't have any wraps. I'm not going to make tortillas again. Once in a while is enough for those until I get really quick at it. Okay, now we dress the cauliflower with oil and the remainder of spices, which I'm not going to bother measuring. And I realize having to toss them means I'm going to have to relay them, but it's okay. Hopefully that wasn't too much oil. I have made that mistake in the past where you over oil cauliflower. It makes it a bit limp. I think we should be okay. Okay, this is garlic powder. Don't know how much I'm supposed to put in. What is it, 1 teaspoon or something? You can follow the instructions if you like. Onion powder. Bit less of this. Dried thyme. I know it's in a plastic bag. I tried to do the right thing of buying it in just buying it without the packaging. But then it ends up staying in the plastic. About a teaspoon. She uses avocado oil for roasting. I've already used olive oil. I don't think it's a huge deal. Generous pinch of salt. Mix very well. And then lay it cut side down. This is going to go into the oven for 20 minutes also. I forgot ground coriander. An important ingredient. Oh, that's thyme. An important ingredient if you really like coriander, which I really do. Not too late. Just add it afterwards. Can't really retoss because it's too hot, so I'm just going to smudge the bits that have been left out in coriander. It'll mean some pieces have got lots of coriander and some pieces have less. It's all good. Back in the oven. Okay, next step. I should be making it, well, it's a this recipe has a chipotle. I said chipotle sauce. I am going to make a creamy tahini sauce instead from Cookie and Kate. I've made this before. It's so delicious. The first thing we do is get garlic and lemon and we leave them in a bowl for 10 minutes so that the garlic flavor will infuse the lemon juice. The recipe asks for 4 cloves. I'm only going to use 1 because garlic is very heating and I'm already feeling kind of hot today. So it can really exacerbate heat in the body. So if you wake up at night, like between 2 and 4, that would suggest that you have a lot of heat in your body. And I don't need extra heat today. I find raw garlic worse than cooked for creating heat. Okay, it's about a quarter of a cup. It'll be mildly garlicky. You can put as many cloves in as you like, obviously. Meanwhile, you take the chickpeas out after 20 minutes and you add more seasoning, which is garlic powder and coriander. Oh, this is going to be, I think this is going to be delicious. I haven't really adhered to the amounts of seasoning, but then I have way more chickpeas than the recipe suggests. So just going to stir these around a bit before. Oh, they're really crunchy. Before putting them back in for 10 minutes. Have a little taste. Absolutely delicious. Okay, where am I? Tahini. We're back to Cookie and Kate now. Okay, what we do now, and I never remember doing this in the past. I think I've just been half following Cookie and Kate's creamy tahini recipe. We pour the lemon juice through a fine sieve so that the garlic solids don't go in there. Then we add tahini, half a cup, half a teaspoon of salt. I've just realized I thought this was my half teaspoon measure. It's actually a full teaspoon, so I've been putting way more seasoning than I thought. Never mind. Okay, half a teaspoon of salt into the tahini and a good pinch of cumin powder. I have let Gus in and out about 10 times since I've started this. Our fault for not putting a cat flap in the house. Okay, now I put in some iced water and then we just whisk this tahini sauce. I think I'm going to need a bigger bowl. Okay, so it's about 6 tablespoons of iced water or more as needed. And you just whisk this up. This is so good. You will never buy tahini sauce again after making Cookie and Kate's. Same goes for hummus. Those little plastic tubs of hummus that you peel the top off. I'll make hummus maybe tomorrow. And you will see. My creamy tahini sauce, let me taste it. Absolutely divine. Okay, I'm going to leave that and then get the whatever, chickpea, cauliflower, you know. Going to wait for my chickpeas and cauliflower now. Have a little downtime. Do some deep breathing. In with anger, out with love. Isn't that what the thing to do is? I've taken the cauliflower out after 20 minutes, as instructed. We now toss it a little bit. I know this seems kind of like there's a lot of work for this recipe, but judging by the smells, I think it's going to be well worth it. And I know it's not every day that you want to be bothered to follow a recipe. But when the mood strikes, chickpeas are now out, need to be tested. Gonna have a little taste. Very crunchy. Nice, really tasty. We're back. Everything is cooked. Cauliflower, chickpeas. I'm going to mix it all up together in a bowl and taste it. I'm actually going to serve myself a little bowl because it's dinner time. Kitchen is cooler now. I'm cooler. Gus is probably out killing rats. Better than bunnies. He doesn't really kill birds, thankfully. I'm going to add some tahini sauce. My chickpeas are really hard. I think black chickpeas might take a little bit of practice. This is really, really nice. And I think it would be great in a wrap as it is on Catherine's website. It'd be a great lunch. You know, you just pack it. Really delicious. Hope you try it. Enjoy.